This is part 4 series of NRO, NRI, FCNR and RFC account. In part 1, I have discussed about NRI account. In part 2, I have discussed about NRO account. In part 3, I have discussed about FCNR account. If you have missed watching these 3 parts, I will be providing a link of all these parts in this video. In this part, I will specifically discuss about RFC account. I am CA Rishabh Bothra, Business and Growth Consultant, and you are watching my channel Single Key Advisory, where I make videos related to business activities and business growth. Now let us look at RFC account in detail. RFC stands for Resident Foreign Currency Account. It is a privilege for an NRI to have this account. But the interesting thing is that this account is designated for NRI. You cannot open an RFC account when you are having an NRI status. You can open the RFC account only when you get back to India and you become a resident individual. Now, when you go back to India, you may be having some FCNR deposits. These FCNR deposits upon maturity can be converted into RFC account. If you have some money which is left in NRI account, even that money can be converted into FC foreign currency and can be held as RFC account. Now let us look into which all are the category of people can have an RFC account. If you are an NRI and if you go back to India and become a resident, that time you can open an RFC account. If you are a person of Indian origin, PIO, or an overseas citizen of India, OCI, and you decide to come back to India and start your life here, then you too are eligible for opening an RFC account. It is possible to have a joint RFC account also, only between 2 individuals who have been NRI before. Now, in which all currencies you can open an RFC account. These accounts can be opened in foreign currency like GBP, USD, Euros, etc. Now the RFC account come into 2 different types. One is RFC saving account, or you can have an RFC term deposit account. You can notice that FCNR account only comes with term deposit account, whereas an RFC account comes with saving account and term deposit account. In FCNR account, the term deposit maximum period is 5 years, where in RFC account, the term deposit is maximum 3 years. These accounts may come specially in case of term deposits as the one which payouts the interest to you as and when they fall due, or they could be the one which pay the interest to you at maturity. This has some tax implications. Suppose you are going back to India after many years of staying abroad. You will have an RNOR status, and as per Indian taxation system, there are some specific rebates given to RNOR status individual. If you open an RFC term deposit which pays you interest as and when it fall due, then during the period of RNOR status, the interest that you will be getting is 100% tax free. Whereas if you are taking the interest at maturity and you are not holding RNOR status at the time, the interest that you derive from the particular period will become 100% taxable. So you have to be very careful about that. If you are worried about your taxation, make sure that you open the RFC term deposit with the interest being paid to you as and when it falls due. Now let us look into the taxability of RFC account. The interest that you get from your RFC account are taxable in India, but if you are a person who is having an RNOR status, you can have a declaration to the bank in the beginning of the year so that they do not deduct TDS against the interest that you derive. Otherwise, this RFC account for taxation purpose is like your NRO account or like a saving bank account for a resident individual. Now, let us look at how you can put money in RFC account. The source of funds from RFC account can come from only 2 sources. One is, if you have an FCNR deposit as an NRI, upon its maturity, the proceeds can put into your RFC account. The other source of funds for an RFC account could be if you have rupee denominated NRI account and the money is lying there, then it could be converted into foreign currency as per your choice and can be put into an RFC account. These are the only 2 sources of funds which can be get into your RFC account. What is the attractiveness of RFC account for the people to open it? The attractiveness of opening an RFC account can come from three things. First, you can hold a foreign currency being a resident in India. Let's say you expect rupee to depreciate in coming years. You need not convert your foreign currency into rupee account, and you can wait and convert to the best opportunistic time. The other attraction of this account is the amount of foreign currency you are having in RFC account is 100% repatriable. You can remit this money from India to any part of the world. There are no restrictions around it. And the third attraction of this money is that you can use this money for all your local expenses, for all the expenses in India, for supporting your family member, or whatever expenses you can use this money. So friends, if you feel the topic which I discussed today is used to you, please give me a thumbs up. If you're watching this channel for the first time, please hit the bell icon and subscribe button. And if you also want to book a consulting call and you're facing some problem related to this, you can WhatsApp us on the below mentioned number. Thank you for watching this video.